Hi, I'm Rosaina Haji. I grew up eating traditionally prepared meals by my grandmother and family. In my travels to many destinations, I enjoyed various cuisines with exotic flavors, which has definitely left a mark in my cooking. My recipes are a concoction of childhood memories and my travels around the world, and mainly to give prominence to those really tasty dishes that are less talked about. This is the minority taste. So today we're going to make a very famous breadfruit curry with beef bones. Now this is very famous in the down south community, the down south Muslim community, and it has worked its way up north and everybody just enjoys this. You can have it with rice, you can have it with bread, you can have it with whatever you want and on its own as well. Now how you choose the breadfruit is, so when you're choosing the breadfruit, you have to very smooth breadfruit. I know it looks a little spiky, but it should feel like goosebumps rather than spikes, and that's how you choose a proper breadfruit. And also, when you use your fingers, it gives a sound like a little drum. And let's get into making the breadfruit curry. Here are the ingredients for 1 kg of meat: 1 big Bombay onion slice, 1 tablespoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric, 3 tablespoons of unroasted curry powder, 1 teaspoon of peppercorn, 1 stick of Ceylon cinnamon, and just 1 star anise for each kg of meat, few crushed cardamom pods, 6 to 7 seeds of fennel, 6 to 7 pods of cloves, 1/4 teaspoon each of fenugreek seeds and cumin seeds, 1 whole garlic and 2-inch ginger, 4 to 5 green chilies, 2 sprigs of curry leaves, and 2 large tomatoes chopped. You're going to chop your ginger and garlic and give it a good pound. Not too much, you don't have to make it into a paste, you just have to roughly smash it up. 1 kg of beef bones. Now you can use the shin bone, you can use oxtail, you can use any part of the meat. You can use mutton, lamb, beef, but make sure it's the bone, because the bone and that marrow gives that really thick and rich flavor with the breadfruit. So I'm going to use oxtail and a few bone pieces with flesh in them, and a 1/4 pint of thick coconut cream. Let's begin to cook. So what I'm going to do with the breadfruit is, you just have to clean it out. If it's really good breadfruit, it's like cutting cheese. It's so soft and nice. So you just clean the shell off and you take out the core and you cut it into slices. And the slices, you have to marinate it in a little bit of saffron, enough salt, and a little bit of baking powder to give it that crisp. Remember the trick I told you? Check if the oil is hot, just put 2 curry leaves or just 1, and if it's bubbling up, you're good to go. Now add your marinated breadfruit away from you, because it is hot oil, so watch out for that. And let it fry until it's golden brown. So what we are looking at is golden brown color on the outside like this. I'm going to show you guys a clip of how it should look like on the inside. So I'm going to show you a small piece of how it actually should look like, a little crispy on the outside but soft like buns on the inside. Into a heavy base pot, a big large pot, I'm going to add 2 or 3 tablespoons of clarified ghee. Once the oil is hot, add your fenugreek seeds and your cumin seeds. You add your onions, your Ceylon cinnamon, star anise, cloves, a few fennel seeds, and the cardamom pods. Don't forget to add your peppercorns as well at this point. Now you add your ginger garlic paste. It's not a paste actually, it's just roughly smashed up. And then into this you add your chopped tomato. Add sufficient salt into your onions. You'd always add salt to your onions. I'm using at least about 1 teaspoon, and you just let it all cook together beautifully. Now I'm going to add my beef bones into this. And let all the onions and tomato and the ginger garlic paste marry in with the bones. The water is all going to come out from the meat, so don't add water at the moment. You keep it closed and you let the meat sweat out a little bit. Now there are 2 ways of cooking this. One method is you cook it with the raw breadfruit. So then you add the raw breadfruit, you cut it into cubes, equal size cubes, and you add it with the bones and let it cook. And that's the first cooking method. This method is a family recipe that has been with us, but I've seen many other families do this too. So it's where you fry the breadfruit and then add it at the last. So as you can see, there's a lot of liquid there. This is why we didn't add any water. And now you're gonna add your curry powder and the turmeric powder, your chili powder, and your curry leaves. You can put it with the stem for the extra flavor, and it's easy to take out later, so I'm gonna add it with the stem. You have to give it a good mix so that all that beautiful aromatic spices will rub into all the pieces of meat and bones. And you add your milk. Give it a good mix. Oh, wow, look at all those beautiful colors. And keep it closed and let it cook once more. After about 5 minutes, you will see that the curry is all thickening up. Then you add 1 pint of water. I've added the water in the same mug as the milk. You close the lid up back again and let it slow cook till the curry thickens up. It's a game of patience. So after about 15 minutes, you will see how thickened the curry is. You reduce the flame, and first you add the green chili. That is just for the last bit. And then you add the fried breadfruit. Now, like I said before, if you're cooking the breadfruit raw with the bone curry, you have to cook it together along with the bone. But this one is just the last minute addition, and let it soak up all that beautiful gravy into the breadfruit. As I said before, like if you're cooking the raw breadfruit, you have to cook it with the bone, but this one you just have to add it, and don't go to mix it much because it will break and get smashed. And let the breadfruit soak up all that rich and thick gravy, and you're done. So there you have it. This is how we like to have our breadfruit and bone curry with rice and posam ball. Posam ball is a popular Sri Lankan rice cooler and a relish. There's many videos on YouTube where you can find the recipe for posam ball, but this is how we eat it. You can of course use other accompaniments like papadang and fried chilies, but just this alone is more than enough. So hope you try this out, and see you in my next episode.